me call you right back. Well. You've been a bad boy. It's a nice set of wheels I got you out there. You got my money. Now, how'd you smuggle that much money out of prison?
You don't want to know. I want the other names.
The price just went up. It took me 10 whole years to track down these people for you. And it cost a lot of money. And now I wants to renegotiate.
Okay.
That's what I thought. You playing ball now. Hey,
The price just went down.
Kenny. Kenny. This here's my Samoan friend. Ultimate fighting champion over in Guam. You don't know half the sick shit they do over there just to win a title.
Kefe, wakasi po ano moi. I know what that is. I know who you are.
Who is it?
Brother, I got no beef with you.
Stop bumping your gums and do what I pay you to do. What are you
Shoot
doing?
your ghost. Can't mess with no ghost.
You better get your fat ass
I
back.
ain't messing with no ghost.
Bald-headed precious. Get your... Here, I owe you a refund. Here.